Hello, and welcome to Allshorts. I want to talk a little bit about Russia today, but I'm no expert on it. But it's been very interesting, also quite scary as well. But I got music going in my ears. Well, I don't know why. Okay, that's bizarre. I got music in my ears. That was not intentional for me to have music in my ears. I know you can't hear it. Well, there you go. Anyway, let's see who's here first. And it's been crikey. It's been so much going on today. It's just been we don't know from 1 minute to the next what's going on. To be honest, and you can't trust necessarily what's been going on in the feed. I've been following. There's a guy. He's got a channel called Inside Russia. And I have to be following him most of the day. He's done quite a few live streams. I think he's done 4 in about 16 hours. But I have to admit, he seems pretty honest and pretty down to earth, and he's genuinely concerned. He really is genuinely concerned. And it's the problem is a lot of the mainstream media in the UK they're getting their news from state news in Russia, which doesn't make a lot of sense. No, because it's propaganda, and it's pretty much what it is, isn't it? It's just all propaganda. So I need to find out where this music's coming from. And who's in the chat? I'm sorry I'm a bit late, but it's kind of everything went a bit crazy all of a sudden. So you think we do live stuff, things go wrong, don't it? So I don't know why I've got music in my ear. Alright. Not that one. Not that. Okay, so that. Tech, eh? So what's happened is something started playing on one of these tabs I've got up on my other computer. I just need to find out which one it is. It's not that one. Well, the Wagner group. Oh, Prigozhin. He hasn't been very happy for some time because he's been made a load of promises, and quite frankly, Putin hasn't really kept up with those promises. Basically, arms, munitions and equipment and stuff like that. And he's been threatening this for some while now. If you have been following what's going on in Ukraine, and Prigozhin is basically he's the general of the Wagner mercenary group. I think he used to be a waiter or something for Putin at one point. He must be released security, maybe. He's not a waiter. That'd be nuts. Oh? Maybe somebody here knows. Because, I heard that somewhere. Anyway, it appears that a deal's has been struck. So, now I know what's happening. Not that one. Not that one. I think I know what's happening now. I've literally got music in my ear. It's not supposed to be there. Not that one. How come? I must have a screen up somewhere. Oh, found it! I found the culprit. It was hiding behind the chat window. Oh, God, we need to sort that one out. That's good. Oh, God, that's really disorientating. Phew. Ah, that's better. You can't hear it because it's on the other computer, you see, but it's just it was weird. It was going on in my ear. There you go. Right. Okay, so we got here first anyway, after that weirdness. That's bizarre. I thought somebody's talking to me in my ear. Yeah. That'd be a bit odd. So, hello there, P. Dallas. And Band Monk 33. Hi, buddy. See, look, can you see that? Can you see you got a doggy on there? It's a Wally Dog. You got a Wally Dog, yeah. On the memberships. So I'm going to come up with a few more and what have you. Whether I'll keep with Wally Dog, I don't know yet. Well, I could do something else with that. I could make it a bit more cooler. On the memberships, you get these little emojis, you see, if you're members and stuff. And able, I suppose. So Peter says, good evening all, and bonsoir too. Finally, I can join a live stream again. Oh, finally. Well, and Joe Mayors, hello there, 91 leads. Now, kind of with this one, I've kind of had to just go with what's available, because and obviously what I've been trying to learn from Inside Russia. I've got his name now. Is it Nikolai? But it's really hard to follow because you get so many mixed stories and so much stuff been going on with Prigozhin. He's been, the Wagner group's been heading up from Rostov, and there's the prisons. They've been rioting, and some prisons have been opening up and just letting them out, and they've been joining the Wagner group, which seems like madness. Absolute madness. But after all, these mercenaries, the Wagner group basically are all pardoned prisoners. Yeah. God's sake. It's like one of the movies, isn't it? And they go and select all the worst people they can find, and look at that film with Brad Pitt where he carves a swastika in their foreheads. I can't remember what it's called though. My mind's gone a blank. Anyway, P Dollars, N91 leads, Orkbish, Mad Monk 33, and scrolling down. Vincent Brennan, hello there. Managed to catch some of it today. Yeah, it's been a bit crazy, hasn't it? It's I was kind of in some ways. Don't get me wrong. Prigozhin is an evil, bloodthirsty, horrible piece of work, and you kind of wonder to yourself, what was his aim? Was he just to get rid of? Did he actually want to go up there into Moscow and get rid of the general? So he becomes a general. Well, he was heading into Moscow. He's pretty much turned around now, apparently, according to his message he's put on Telegram, and that was after Lukashenko has, he's, I won't say stepped up. He's got involved, and they've had a bit of a negotiation with Prigozhin, and but it sounds like he's giving them a bit of sanctuary there. Yeah. And he's not going to be prosecuted, apparently, but you can't believe everything here from Putin, can you? Putin did make one address to his people, what have you. You can call them his people. Why they follow him, I do not know. But propaganda, I suppose. Yeah, been brainwashed. But he made an address earlier, basically calling him a mercenary and a criminal, basically. And the whole Russian media has been pretty much doing that all day, and it's been one event after another, isn't it? It's just been mad. And as it's all going on, Zelensky, the Ukrainian president, he's been pushing hard with his offensives. As Wagner's receded or headed to Moscow, obviously he's making ground because the Russian soldiers are pretty much all conscripts. So you can imagine what's happening there. You can't. The current Russian army in Ukraine is just no comparison to these mercenaries, the Wagner group, because the Wagner, they're tough nuts. They really are tough, and there's only about 25,000 of them. But it's enough to make a massive difference, and it's oh god, yeah, what was it now? Was it some crazy amount? They lost about 4,000 tanks the Russians have, and Prigozhin is sick and tired of seeing his men get killed and what have you, because of the fact that Putin hasn't been supplying the armament and munitions, etc. Support. There we go. Some of you are probably know a lot more about this than I do, to be honest. But it's still very interesting. I'm kind of learning as you go. I mean, I say it's interesting. It's also sad as well. Can you imagine how the people, the Russian people? Obviously, they've been brainwashed. They really have. And there's not going to be all of them, is there? A lot of them are living in fear. They can't say anything. Special military operation. And look what happened to... Oh, crikey. Oh, my God, what was that? Alexander... No, oh, crikey. What was his name? The guy who got poisoned in his knickers. That one, yeah. I had this dreamy thought in my head, actually, that that Prigozhin would take take Moscow and put in Alexander... Oh, what was his name? Someone put in the comments down below. In the chat. Yeah, what's his name? Oh, hello, Alan. How you doing, buddy? Good evening to you too, my friend. Oh, Alexander... Oh, I'll come up to me a minute.
So, you have accepted
the guy
the truth.
who had the underwear is poisoned, wasn't he? And then he spent some time, I think, in a German hospital for a while where he's been treated. He returned to Russia because he wants to, fight for his people, the Russian people. And, I think it has its sentence now extended another 30-odd years. In the Gulag. Surprised it didn't kill him. A Novichok or something, Well, that failed, didn't it? If you can't get him by the short and curlies, how are they going to get him? So, it's... okay, yeah. Where was it now? So, Prigozhin says he turned his forces around from a march towards Moscow. That's what he said. So, after previously refusing to surrender... they did get pretty much attacked by these Russian helicopters, gunning them, the main roads leading from south into Russia. I think it's on the they got a big river, haven't you? Big river there as well. But Navalny, that's it. Alexander Navalny. Cheers, GC. Oh, and Smith. And Mark's biggest fan. Hello there. You got your dog. You said something about animals. I quickly looked that up tonight. I just thought, yeah. When you said that, yeah, okay. Anyway, so he's now says after refusing to surrender, he's now saying that he's turned his forces around. So Wagner, the private military company chief, even I'll show you. There you go. There you are. That makes more sense. So after previously refusing to surrender, Wagner, as a private military company, chief Yevgeny Prigozhin, announced his forces were turning around from a march towards Moscow. And the announcement comes as a Belarusian government claimed President Alexander Lukashenko had reached a deal with Wagner boss to halt the march's forces on Moscow. Now, Prigozhin said that the move was in accordance with an unspecified plan and intended to avoid Russian bloodshed. Now, there's quite a large force that usually defends Moscow, which is about 100 kilometers away, and that was heading up. That's probably already there, to be honest. But there's no way. Well, I say there's no way. There's unlikely that Wagner could have actually defended them. For 25,000 troops, there's not actually that many. Okay, there's armaments and there's tanks and God as well. But the threat is there. But on the positive side, Putin is extremely weakened. He's in very much a weakened position. It just shows how vulnerable Moscow actually is. It's their army, their forces aren't as strong. Okay, I know they've got a massive, the largest surplus of nuclear weapons, but who in their right mind would really take that route? You really have got somewhere had to put it vacant in the head. So Mark's the biggest fan, so now I'm officially a Wally. It was unofficial before. Nice one. Cheers, buddy. Gutenbender. Oh, hello, Simon says. And hello, David Drago. Hello, hi everyone. Oh my giddy aunt. Did anyone see the madness going on Question Time the other night? I didn't watch the whole thing because that's painful to watch, but I watched some clips the day after. I think most of you probably have watched a lot of them, but crikey. These people, God, apparently they knew what they voted for. Because obviously it's the anniversary, isn't it? Or yesterday, wasn't it? But yeah. 7 years. Brexit since that crazy vote. Do you know what? Feels like it was only yesterday. It's nuts. But these people are crazy. There's one woman on there going on about the wolf. People on the wolf. And we abide by the wolf's rules or ghouls. I think she was a ghoul. Anyway, whatever it was, she was yeah. And there's other guys there written to see what he did. He followed them. They came on the beaches. They did. We'll fight them on the beaches. And I followed them. Oh, yeah. He went straight to the benefits office. And we knew full well that was an absolute lie. But you know what these people are like. They'll do anything to justify their Brexit because they say, I just want my Brexit, they say. Yeah. Nutters. Bunch of nutters. And that Ben Habib geese, the one from the Reform, Reclaim, or whatever they call themselves these days, UKIP, BNP, I don't know. All the same ilk. But yeah, he's, oh my God, Bennett. That geezer. I've got that clip up there in a minute, I'll show you that. Oh dear. If I had a TV licence, I would write in and complain. Should be a Remain episode with the same guests. Yeah. Ain't likely to happen with Fiona Bruce, is it, eh? No. She's a stooge. Tory stooge. Oh, okay, David. Apparently I'm him is adorable gummy bear. Too much gelatine in this one, mate. I'll tell you, I'd be like an old mutton. Brexit Benefit Office. Yes, Lefty Boat. Hello there, buddy. And Jasper Edwards, hello there. Need Poland to sort out Belarus and open the border. No tractors. What? Well, I know they got that border up there, and actually the EU looking to invest in external borders. More fencing. And if you talk to them nastily, it'll be another 5 metres high. No, that's Trump, wasn't it? Yeah, I forgot. I've got a bear. Yeah, so it's all gone a bit crazy, and it's calmed down. It went all crazy, and it seems to have calmed. Hello, Humble. I'm Humble. Cheers, buddy. Yeah, we put quite a few videos on recently, actually. I mean, been quite busy. And then Investus. Oh, cheers, buddy.
So,
out of these choices, who would you pick as Prime Minister? Okay. Alexander Boris Johnson.
So, you have accepted
Donald
the truth.
Trump. Oh my Gideon, it's got. Yeah, I see you pick Boris, but I think I'd have to pick Boris as well. He's definitely lesser of the two evils. At least he has some green equity. Not much. They're both liars. No, there's no way. There's no way on earth I would choose Trump. No. I don't. Okay, I've got a question for you then. Who would have to be the other choice for you not to choose? Yeah, for you to choose Trump instead? Blimey, that's a hard one. He is unreal. Anyway, he's going to go to jail a bit, like 20 odd years. You know, pick up that soap. Maybe. Oh dear. I'd have to be a fly on the wall, but not the soap. Well, how is Brexit Festival coming along? That's done and dusted, isn't it, the Brexit Festival? Isn't it all done? Oh, cost, was it 140 million or something, this festival thing? That was complete, that was flop. Did not have the throughput that they were hoping for. Yeah, the Brexit Festival, there've been all these different events, like art events, and a strange kind of oil rig thing. Yeah, what that was all about, I don't know. Both Russian stooges and liars, that's a valid point, they are, Boris Johnson and Donald Trump. Make America great again. You know, when we had the segregation and, you know, and, yeah. Prigozhin, yeah, maybe. That man is evil. He's evil. And, you can say, I've been hearing a lot today. Oh, get Putin out. He's that. No one gives second thought what this Prigozhin geezer's like. You know, he's flipping. My God, this whole his forces are made up of prisoners. No, all sorts been happening today though, because Okay, they kind of made it's a bit of a negotiation and it's calmed down somewhat. The oligarchs, oh my god, they've all been fleeing Russia, literally, all been heading for the airports, getting on their little Learjets and buggering off. They're all worried. And now there's going to be a G7 meeting. They're about having the meeting now. Yeah, about what to do now. What's next steps. But Putin he's in a very weak position now. Good. So that's the thing. So let's say, for instance, Putin. This is the end of Putin, for instance. I don't mean like he'll get or anything like that. No, but I mean like, for instance, he ends up stepping down and he getting pushed out or something happens. The thing is, it's been instigated, been triggered by one man of the Wagner group, Prigozhin, and it's kind of think, does this make this evil bastard a bit of a hero? I don't know how to make of that, or to make of that how I'd feel about that one, to be honest. So yeah, it's I don't know. I honestly don't know. The other thing is, if, for instance, Prigozhin, he got into he might have done. Well, as far as we know, this might be just propaganda news, Maybe though, but they're gonna. He actually put something on Telegram, which is like a messages thing that they have in Russia, and what if he did unseat Putin? Yeah, he went into Russia. He's in Russia, and went into Moscow and unseated Putin. What is the future of the war in Ukraine? Would that be it? Or would he want to gather the forces, regroup, and reinvade? It's like rejoin, reinvade Ukraine, but with more. The thing is, though, would he have more support, military support? Because at the end of the day, why haven't they got enough military support there? We've for so long now we've been told that Russia's such a military might, yet they're not really succeeding in Ukraine. Ukraine's okay. The people are absolutely fantastic, amazing how they've managed to defend themselves, but they haven't got the equipment. They've only got stuff that's been given to them that they'll probably have to pay back. Oh, the fly! He's on my mic. Oh, got him. Don't like flies. No. They put spots on everything. They poop on stuff. Not nasty. Putin is due a fortunate accident himself, methinks. Yes, that would be rather fortunate for everybody. Dear me. Jasper says Belarus 132 track. Oh god, tractor price is the same since 2014. €5,000 plus VAT costs €6,000. A bargain. Belarus, is that Belarusian tractor or is it just a Belarus tractor? It's actually made in Belarus, so I don't know. Pierogi, who's Pierogi? It's far worse. He's a butcher and somewhat. Oh, he's a Proshkin. He is a butcher. Who's talking about Pierogi? Joe says the oligarchs seem to suffer from medical condition that causes them falling off windows, and seems to be something affecting the equilibrium. Is it that kind of that little push? Yeah, maybe their balance affects their balance, equilibrium. Oh dear, they all flee. But half their stuff, I suppose. Yes, what's happening with all? I know the UK is trying to pass a law. I don't know if they've done it yet, where they can actually sell the assets of these sanctioned individuals, usually oligarchs, what have you. Steal their stuff. Yeah. So Ukrainians won't have anything to do with Prigozhin. No, I can't imagine. Why would they? He's been killing their people with the Wagner group. He just wants them all out, doesn't he? Zelensky wants them all out. The people of Ukraine want them all out. They want my country back. I heard that one before somewhere. Oh, that pan out for you. Well, the FSB will find a way to remove him. Ooh, I would hope so. So you're talking about the police. Inspecting a high-rise window from the outside. Inspecting a high-rise window from the outside, apparently. Yeah. I wonder if I can keep this to an hour, this one. That'd be unusual for me, wouldn't it? There you go. I had a bit of a weird start. Yeah. I need to get... You know what I need? Apart from getting tangled up with wires... I've got audio troubles, you see, so that's why I'm attached. Yeah. So, yeah, I need something like I've mentioned this before, I think. Everyone else seems to have these lava lamps and plasma cube things, globes and stuff. The globe. I just did an art class. Something sand. Oh dear. The Titanic makes you proud. Rode 111 years and still killing rich people. That's a valid point. I've got a bit of mixed feelings about that, to be honest, because although there is a bit of a hey, look at me, look what I did, you know, it's also a bit of a science project as well, and in that, the plan was they're going to go down there and map it, then go down again and map it again. Like the deterioration of the hull over a period of time. They're all set up to scan the hull, and everyone on board, including the young lad who obviously they all died, implosion. It's some crazy amount of pressure. It's like £10,000 per square inch that deep. It's nuts. And this thing's made as carbon composite, and it's like. It's not certified. It's not pressure tested. That's madness. It's absolute madness. You had all these different materials going on, didn't you? I mean, if you got a variety of different alloys and you got these composites, they all move differently. As a woodworker and a bricklayer and what have you, and work with my hands, making stuff. When you put two things together, let's say for instance you do thermalite blocks. You're laying thermalite blocks, the grey blocks. Well, the mortar you'd use is a little bit softer, maybe 6-1 mix or something like that. You don't want too hard a mix because they won't work with each other. You'll end up with shrinkage and what have you, and just you got one rigid medium and the other one will be expanding, contracting. That's kind of what's happening on that sub, I reckon. And they might have done several successful dives, but when it comes down to it, you get fatigue and. There will be some point on that you probably can't see because you haven't done any testing, what have you, that is weak. And the thing imploded. 10,000 odd pounds per square inch, PSI. That's nuts. That's a huge amount of pressure. And they might have heard through.
You have accepted
through
the truth.
groans and what have you before it happened, but that'd been instant. And any part of their body that contains air. Be crushed in an instant. The only parts of the body would be left would be those that have high moisture content. Everything else would be gone. My brother-in-law is a bit of a scoundrel, but he used to be a diver. Yeah, he used to dive at Abu Dhabi, places like that, on doing welding and underground, under the water in the sea, and concrete and stuff like that. And I was on the oil rigs and stuff. I mean, yeah. I don't understand why they want to do it, because if you looked at it, the porthole on that was like, I don't know, it's like having, I don't know, Anne Widdecombe, yeah, and she's like the bulbous thing, and then a little tiny porthole at the end, and you're clambering around, so you got to see anything anyway. You need to see stuff from the cameras and the screens while you're going around with your game controlling it. Oh, for God's sake, it's nuts. Anyway, back into the chat. Hello, Susan DeWitt. I hope you're well. The comment you made, people signed waivers. And do you know in that waiver that said at risk of death 3 times? Death. And they still did it. It's nuts. I know they're rich buggers and all that, but it's all what people die, And it's just. It's not really a reason for people to die, is it? Really? Just because they got money? But then you've got the what about really, and all those poor people, 1,000 old people, whoever was on that boat, was it out of Greece somewhere, that capsized and all those people died, especially the ones who were under the deck, in the hold. Sounds like a prison ship, doesn't it? And it's yeah. No one says anything anymore. I think a lot of people are very desensitized. Very desensitized because they're hearing it so much now. People die and come across either the Channel or across the Mediterranean, and I think people are feeling a little bit. Oh, what, another one? It's like, and also, I hate to say it, a lot of people just don't care, which is frightening, really. Where we're heading as well. Yeah, we say that we're compassionate and what have you. Especially us Brits, we tell everyone we're compassionate, you see. When it comes down to it, let people die in the sea. Next, what we'll do is we'll be sending people out there on jet skis, pushing the boats back. Oh, yeah, we tried that. Yeah. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Anyways, I've got a super chat. Mr. Scotch Boy, cheers, buddy. Come back. And Ninja's Vesta says, which name do you prefer? HBO Max or Max? What do you mean HBO Max as in the American TV channel, or do you mean Max as in Max for a Spare? Oh, I don't know. Which name do you prefer, HBO Max or Max? Well, HBO Max will obviously get you more. It's more a keyword, isn't it? It's more of a. It's a bit of a longer tail keyword, I suppose. Then your thing is, though, depends what do you need the name for? Is it for a channel? Is it going to be for a website or something like that? Because you've got to think about it. You've got to line all your ducks in a row. If you're going to have a name for your YouTube channel, you've got to see whether or not you can get a website, a domain name for it as well at the same time. Otherwise, in the future, if things progress, you might find, oh, that's already taken. Oh, that's a bit of a silly name. I should have done that, should I? Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. And free letter domain names are pretty much impossible to get these days. Unless you pay a lot of money. Back into the chat. Oh, chat. So, who's Zebediah Thomas? Rich Man's Toys. It's a bit like that, isn't it? But it's, I don't want to slave for that. I think it was a bit of a silly thing to do. And earlier today, I was hearing some talk about regard. I think it was on LBC actually. It was LBC radio. I can't remember who it was now. I think it was probably Sanchita Meister or something like that. I think it was her. Anyway, people phoning in about this, and I was thinking to myself, hang on, when you make comparisons to this, say about rich people's toys and stuff, then going down and viewing the that reg, the Titanic and what have you. But if you're down there viewing that reg, it depends on your reasoning. If your reasoning is just say, hey, I've been down there, I've done that, and that's so great. But if it's there to pay respects and what have you, and just so you can actually, I know I'm probably pushing. I might be being a little bit too how to put it. Sympathetic, maybe, I don't know, but is it any different to someone going to, say, for instance, like I went the other week to Orador Glen, where the Nazis came and murdered 650 odd people? Is it any different to going visiting one of the Nazi camps, Auschwitz or something like that? Is it any different? People died there. Don't know. Yeah, Normandy and what have you. Battle of the Somme, whatever. So, is it any different? Yeah, it is. They're billionaires. I did it because I could. It's not the same just walking on the beach, is it? It's not the same as going to that old Orsa Glen, which is free. There's no cost involved. And going down there, was it 100 and over 100 grand each or something to go down there in this sub? Well, there you go. But I'll tell you one thing. There's no way on this earth I would have arranged for one of my kids to go down that flipping... No. No matter how much money I got, that wouldn't happen. There's no... Why on earth would a parent put his child at risk? Especially when 3 times it said that death, death, or death. Those are your choices. Yeah, risk of. Do you accept? Dora, that's Wally's food. Oh, you little munchkin, you. Just because Wally didn't eat. I mean, you should. She's a scavenger. No wonder she's fat. So, the whole world's gone mad, though, and it really has gone mad. And now we've got this as well, which has been going on for it's about 18 months now since the war in Ukraine, something like that. That started. Absolutely crazy. So, apparently, the Wagner group forces have been seen leaving positions at Russian military headquarters in Rostov-on-Don. So the Wagner private military company forces have withdrawn from their positions at the Russian military headquarters in Rostov-on-Don in southwestern Russia. New video shows. Oh, does it? Okay. The video was posted on Telegram on Saturday evening, obviously tonight, local time, and authenticated by the geolocated by CNN before it was announced by the Kremlin that Wagner boss Yevgeny Prigozhin will be sent to Belarus as part of an apparent deal. Well, in the video, crowds were seen surrounding a Wagner vehicle convoy as it slowly crawls away from the vicinity of the Russian military headquarters in central Rostov-on-Don. Before the Wagner forces were seen leaving, the video from Russian state media outlet RIA Novosti showed a Russian military police vehicle arriving at the military headquarters. Additional videos geolocated, authenticated by CNN, showed the number of people cheering. They were cheering. Oh, and the Wagner forces after it's announced that they would turn back their march towards Moscow. Now, how do I feel about that? Would I rather they just carried on? Probably, to be honest. At the very least, this has really weakened Putin, but now he's going to try and strengthen his position, isn't he? Or then he's probably been trying to strengthen his position for some time now, but he's failed because, he's losing support. Like he is. Hey, while you're here, please boot the old like button. Helps the channel, And there's obviously Super Chat, Buzz Coffee, Patreon, but also memberships now. Memberships. Oh, lovely. I'm going to work out what I'm going to do with the memberships. I've been looking through it today. Yeah, there's all sorts of things you can do with it. So, I do want to try and add some stuff into that. I might do some special videos and stuff like that as well. So, just for members. But don't worry, there won't be those sort of videos. No. You'll all run away. There we are. Hello, Damon. Prigozhin will have to be very careful walking past windows, yes, above the first floor from now on. The thing about Prigozhin, though, he's got a lot of support. He's got a huge amount of support. He's been very strong and very dangerous people. They all basically spent their time in prison. So I wonder what happened to all these extra so-called potential conscripts at the prisons. Have they gathered them up yet? Because loads of, apparently so, loads of prisoners were basically released because the prisons, there was riots in the prisons because they want to join them. Of course they did. Get your kit off, love. That's as Marxist things. That brings me back to Ginger Island, that did. Can you remember that? Oh, I can remember that. Jup James, potentially. Daddy Blase, I hope you're well. It's good to see you watching my brother's channel. The two Davies. I do watch it sometimes as well, actually. Usually on the replay. I don't do live, generally. The head of the army, Shogun's son-in-law, ran to Dubai. Oh! So they're all disappearing. Frightened there. So what would happen if Prigozhin did go into Moscow? Because I was talking that he would negotiate with with Putin, and basically just literally get rid of all the military personnel, not military personnel, what they call them, all the like the ministers or people, defense minister. No, Allshorts, having Wagner potentially taking control of nuclear weapons is too bad. Yes, good point. I missed out on that one, didn't I? but yeah. Oh my god. Because that man he's a loon. He's just bloodthirst. Look what they've been doing, to the Ukrainian people. Not just just the shooting, it's the raping and the pillaging and all that sort of stuff been going on as well. Not just the women, children as well. So I kind of think, yeah. So maybe this was the better the better outcome if he has turned around. If it is that would be the better outcome. Because it's still weakened Putin. It's definitely put Putin's obviously going to have to realise. Well, he obviously does realise that his position is not. It's not really tenable, really, is it? Somehow he's going to have to strengthen his position somehow. He's not going to get the support. Or does he care? There you go. Good evening, Simon says. Good evening, good evening, good evening. And thank you, my friend. Daily Blase, never say good evening to me, mate. No, I did to you. There you go. So Wagner is moving in Belarus next door. Okay, then what? Yeah, that's a good point. What's going to happen now? Well, they're not going to welcome him with open arms because, Lukashenko, he's Putin's patsy, isn't he? The other thing is Wagner's forces moving there with him. God, it's madness. The whole thing's gone crazy. Can we vote on giveaway trips for the next sub tour? I nominate Andrew Tate and Mr. Mogg. Can you imagine them two both in there together? Mr. Mogg, Jacob Rees-Mogg and Andrew Tate. I don't think Jacob Rees-Mogg will last very long. No. Andrew Tate will get a bit frustrated. You reckon Andrew Tate was saying the other day, I saw a clip where it's like, he's saying that he doesn't get angry. I bet you would with Jacob Rees-Mogg. That irritating. Is that voice of his real? Or was he putting that on? You can't maintain it for that long, can you? No, maybe not. So Kieran the Con says he wasn't going to succeed anyway. Do you know what? Maybe not. He would have planned this though. It's not just a rash decision. Oh yeah, I'm going to go invade Moscow. He's been thinking about this for some time. Okay, Daily Blase, I forgive you. The Wagner Group are the only military force that was in Ukraine, and the Russian military they were conscripts, like these kids, basically forced into it, aren't they? They don't want to be there. So these are like the citizens of Russia's children are literally just been sending lambs to the slaughter. Because the Ukrainians are just, they're amazing, aren't they, really, what they've been achieving. With relatively basic equipment, some of it. I know a lot of the stuff is technical, but what they've been doing with the drones. Taking domestic drones or DIY drones. I've built loads of drones in the past. And equipped them with with the hand grenades and stuff like that, and other little bombs. Obviously payload's an issue. There's so much you can lift with a relatively small drone, obviously. But crikey, they've just had. I just find it amazing, really. And we're not just talking about. Another thing is, it's not misogynistic either. It's you've got men, women, both fighting hand in hand. No, they're not skipping. No, didn't mean it like that. No, be silly. Hello there. So the UPS USA have problems with the modernisation. Okay, here we go. On the question with nukes is questionable if even half of them work. USA, when they have to modernise, there's what to talk Russia with all the corruption. So I'm sorry, I don't understand that, mate. On the question of the nukes is questionable. If even half of them work, USA, when they have to modernise theirs and talk Russia of all the corruption. UPS USA, USA have problems with the modernisation. USA have problems with modernisation. I don't understand what you mean. I can't taste salt no more, apparently, says Jasper. Oh no, you can't taste salt? Oh dear. And putting that act. I can't taste salt anymore. They put loads on the chips. No problems with sugar. No, do not have corona. Okay. And now I'm confused, Jasper. What? Sugar? That'd be a bit odd in chips. Kieran O'Connor says smug. Has been putting on that accent since he was in short pants. Like what, when he's like 12-year-old and he's in that car and he goes, oh, lovely. Yeah. What the hell was all that about? He's been interviewed. I think I've shown you that clip before, but I've got the clip here actually. Yeah, he's been interviewed by a French journalist. And, oh, here we go. Oh, hang on.
Make more money. And if you've got money, you can buy things that you want. I could buy this Rolls Royce. Something like that. Lovely.
As you can see, he is a brat. Lovely. Like this Rolls Royce. Lovely. So, where are we? Vipek. That is what does not make sense. He is a private army and strong enough to at least make enough damage to cause a civil war. Well, they was on the brink of a civil war there, weren't they? Yeah. So there is something else here happening. That, well, Putin's done so weaker than he was. That's going to make a massive difference to Putin's position. That Mark's biggest fan. Ukraine is going to get a shock when it gets the bill, though. Yes, that's the thing. You see, it's just like, wasn't it like when was it the UK paid the Americans back? The Americans, wasn't it only a few years ago? Was it like the year before? Was it like 2015 or something? I mean, last payments for their support to the to Britain, what have you, regarding the war and what have you, the war effort. None of this stuff was free. We basically sold it. It'd be a big loan. You owe up, But what about the monies that's been offered as well for rebuilding Ukraine? Is that basically a loan, or is that gifted? You can't just give away taxpayers' money to other countries like that, okay? I suppose they do. Foreign aid. Oh no. Yeah. Let's not talk about that one. You know, Marcus, Owl's by now, don't you? I need an hourglass. I'm not quite an hour yet though, and also I had a rough start. Dimitri. Oh, they're dead. Oh. Okay. Okay, let's try again. When the USA has to modernise their own nukes, they have problems because all the scientists who know this stuff, which is in their nukes, substances which start the atomic reaction begins. Well, we're not part of the atom. Euratom, not part of the Euratom anymore in the UK, but obviously in the United States. When the USA has to modernise their own nukes, they have problems because the scientists who know the stuff, which is in their nukes, the substances which starts the atomic begins. I always think I understand what you mean now. The public are made to think all this aid was just goodwill. You bang on right. It's not. It's a loan. It's basically it's a debt that Ukraine is going to be forced to pay back over a very long period of time. And probably including the interest on that debt. Now, don't forget, we've been borrowing a shitload of money as well, and the interest rate on that is about 4.9%. But national debt money, their bonds. Yeah, 4.9% is what we pay, which is a lot of money, When you got, what is it now, 2 point, well, it's almost 100% of GDP now, isn't it? So gross domestic product. So it's like, crikey, that's a shitload of money. I'm not going to work out. Oh, I know what it is. It's at the moment, it's currently 9 billion a month. Yeah. That's how much we pay for national debt. 9 billion a month. And while all this is going on, I'll get all tangled up here, boys. Oh my giddy aunt. Yeah, while this is all going on with this national debt, Angela Rayner, yes, I know I said millions in my video, but I meant billions. But anyway, she confirmed it was billions, so I'm not worried. And besides, if I make a mistake in the video, people will comment, and that helps the video. Like if I accidentally refer to the whole of the United Kingdom, for instance, and not point at the fact that it doesn't really, shouldn't really be referencing Scotland, for instance. Maybe I'm talking about the water authorities, because that's what you got in Scotland, not necessarily in England. So I do apologise. I'm winging my videos. I wing them. I just jabber. I just jabber at my phone these days. Yes, it's nothing. Yeah. Whereas before I used to do kind of bullet points and stuff like that, and it felt a bit robotic. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, so similar to what happened in the aftermath of World War II, America gives them a loan, basically. Yeah. 2001, I believe it was, says, that must have been the payback. Well, okay. And that was where Gordon Brown's gold went to. To Fort Knox. Yes, basically, any gold reserves that we had left, they got rid of. Yeah. So the United States have still got gold reserves, so they've still got some value to their economy, basically. What we got, was it crypto now or something? Oh dear. The country's wealth is in its assets. Whether it be properties and houses and stuff like that. Yeah, not the king. He's not an asset. No, little flitting runt, little sausage fingers. How dare he give his missus just so he can get his old leg over, for one last time, maybe. Because he must be firing blanks by now. At least, or at the very least, you'd need a hell of a lot. Yeah, it'd be a bit scratchy. But anyway, so it's oh, Camilla and that, just to get her going. That one, I know. Yeah. All right, love. Any chance for a quickie? Get my old over. Oh well, my love. I want to. Okay, but I would like to. I want to. Yes, I know. The Order of the Thistle. Yeah. Oh, God, that's gone on their head. There you go. I don't know why I just said that. But there. The nukes are real and they work, says Joa. Are they real? Blimey. The US profits from all wars. Yep. So do France. So does the United Kingdom. France is one of the biggest arms manufacturers. They're huge. They're just nuts. They're always going to be profiteering, aren't they? I love France. Don't get me wrong, but we're not innocent. Well, I'm French, but the country's not innocent. Although that's where my taxes go. So the Queen was a bike. Yes. Well, yeah. How'll she become a queen anyway? Huh? She's no virgin. Oh. Nay, lady. Nay, lady on the leg over, said the camel toe. Thank you, Sir Larry the Cat. Oh, I bet you can tell some stories what goes on down in Street. Oh, bet you could. Oh, dear. Please like and subscribe, says a Mad Monk 33. Oh, please. And Galaxy First says, hello, Galaxy First. BlackRock Investments will invest into Ukraine to rebuild it. The US investors basically will own Ukraine until they pay off the debts. This has now become a potential, well, gold mine for many countries who say, "Oh, I know we're going to look good and we're going to award all this money, including the European Union, we're going to award all this money to Ukraine to help rebuild Ukraine." Don't get me wrong, what choice have they got? But they're going to want money back, aren't they? Or they're, like you said, they're probably pretty much going to own it. Or own the assets. It's not gifted, is it? No. And yes, said Zebedee. Yeah. Oh, the magic roundabout. Oh, crikey. That's politically incorrect as well, mate. Oh, dear. And Zebedee went. Bradoing. So, I was talking about the real Queen. Oh, the real Queen? Oh. Oh, yeah, okay. She was. Yeah. The war is the most favourite delight of humanity. The war is the most favourite delight of humanity. Oh, my God. Scary thought. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Yeah. Peter says 59 people, 57 now, people watching. And only 53 likes. Where are the rest of my likes? What are my likes? Oh, my lucky charms. My gold. Where's my gold? And my likes, please. Oh. Hello, Damien. There's Milton Friedman, shock doctrine. Oh, okay. Hello, number 3. Hello there, buddy. P. Dallas. Okay. I reserve likes for music videos. I'm lazy. Or YouTube is poorly designed. Okay. Well, you've been pumping a few videos out and you've been wearing your flashy shirts. Yeah, I've seen your flashy shirts, number 3. I have to admit, I do like the ones of you where you got no smile on your face and you look a bit chirped up, and even if you've had a bad day, what have you, and and you've got plenty to talk about. So just keep doing it. Keep pressing record. Oh, just press record. Just got to do it. Just got to press record. Sinister capitalism. Tories don't get tasers. Sinister capitalism. Do you know what? Very much so. Yeah. It's a bit like sinister, that word. I've said that word a few times this week, but sinister in the sense that regarding the UK economy and how the Bank of England is handling it. Now, I heard someone say something today, which I've said so many times before in my previous videos, that the Bank of England governor, he acted too late. Oh, yeah, I told you so. Well, actually, that was actually Andy Haldane, actually, about 2 years ago. And it just made logical sense to me, trickle it in. Because I've also said, this geezer, I can't remember the name of this guy now, but anyway, he also said, he's a columnist geezer. And he also said that we had our interest rates too low for too long, our base rate. And 0.25%, you can't, just propping up the economy is all it was doing. Just propping up the economy. We never really recovered from the 2008, the crash, the banking crash. They shorted the mortgages and stuff. Yeah, so it's just when you know what kind of needs to be done. And I don't worry, I'm no economist, I'm not a banker or anything like that. It's just so flippin' obvious. And you just bang your head against the wall because you think no one's listening or no one's actually seeing what's right in front of their faces. And it's just so flippin' obvious. And I think I suppose their hands are tied in many areas because one thing affects another thing. If they pump us into recession, oh, I was thinking about sewage then. But push us into recession, or the United Kingdom into recession to bring down the inflation. It's just such a cruel way to go about it because so many people lose their houses over this. It's just, 5% interest rate now. I know what they say. Oh, I've heard them call up LBC Raid and they say things like, "Oh, I can remember when it was 16%. Yeah, okay. But houses were cheap then. House price inflation has been maddening because they haven't been building houses and it's all about supply and demand. If you haven't got enough supply and they've got a lot of demand, the prices of those items go up. So it always happens. It always has been like that. 15%. 15% house price inflation. How long can that go on for? You know, it isn't now. It's now turning. I bet I think I said about it was last year sometime. I made several videos about it, and I was saying what will happen because we've got such a shortage of housing stock in the United Kingdom. I said at the time, what you'll find is it will hang for quite a while, and you hit the housing market effectively is crashing, but it will just stay put because there's so much demand, and those who can buy will buy. And then what we're going to see happen now is just coming for that precipice now. I think we're going to see house prices just plummet now. And it could be as much as 20-30% shock to house values, I think. You can hold me up to that, aren't you? No, I said it. I hope not, obviously, because people will suffer. You know, my son's got a mortgage, and they lose all his equity in his property, which I don't want to obviously happen. But you know what's going to happen though? So what always happens is those with the money, they'll come along, whether it be hedge funds, people buying assets or what have you, or it be individuals with shitloads of money, landlords and what have you, just scoop all the properties up like they did the last time. Yeah. Might not be landlords though. No. Because landlords are selling up properties left, right and centre at the moment. Which also floods the market, will bring prices down again. But yeah, there isn't enough properties in the UK, and we're not building enough, and they're pretty much built no council houses at all, have they? Social housing. So it's not great. No, we need a major reset in the UK. Maybe a major recession, which sad as it might be, could potentially be the answer. So, or that a coup. Don't get me that idea. There we go. Number 3 says the Tories are deliberately making things difficult for the next Labour government at our expense, such as party politics. Most definitely. They are going to have a tough time, Labour, aren't they? To be honest. They've made a lot of promises as well. So somehow they're going to try. If they can't carry on down this line and make Brexit work, they're I sound hoping now. But if they're what David Lammy was saying the other day regarding pretty much I said, like, he's just left the door ajar a little bit. Some closer alignment with the EU. Maybe you could soften some stuff, but that's only if the EU wants to talk, isn't it? They talk as like, it's a foregone conclusion. Like, we'll just do this or we'll just do that. I heard somebody on the, I think that's, who was that again? Claire. Anyway, somebody phoned in and said, we'll just rejoin. Just like that. Just rejoin. It's just like a magic switch. They're definitely flipping magic and all, isn't it? Got to hydrate, Hello, Deborah Hart. My mortgage went up 15% interest. Up to 15% interest rate. Black Friday, crikey. Yeah, but my dear, I mentioned before, actually, my dear wife's first house was, it cost about 17,000, but the interest rate was about 16% at the time. A long while ago now. It had been in the 80s. And, but, the house prices were low. My dad bought his house for 1,200 quid. My dad's first house. 1,200. Actually, no, I think it was 800 or 1,200. No, it's 1,200. That was 1,200. Mad. Hello, Tommy Gunn. Then the UK backed out of the USA for failed contract. Okay, well, where was that? Yeah, 50% on the house that cost £2. Now what we got? Houses are not worth what they are in the UK at the moment. The equivalent house in France for us would be half of what you're paying in the UK. This place here, we've got here, right, I'll give you what we've got here. We've got 2 hectares of land, quite a large house, old French farmhouse, and various barns and stuff like that. Well, you've seen it, haven't you, in my videos? And probably worth 350, 400,000 euros. What would something like that cost in the UK, even out in the sticks? You know, it's nuts. Okay, I didn't pay that for it, but you know, I paid a pittance for it because it was a wreck. Hello, Dante. Rockefellers have brought everybody for full control. Brought everybody for full control. Oh dear, all these people, all this money. Karen O'Connor, we have to go 5 to 10 stories in the UK and Ireland environmentally. I think you're right. I think we've got to build up, and not just keep taking up land. We need to build upwards, and we need to build properties that are, Whenever you tell anyone about this sort of stuff, you've got to build up, what have you? Even social housing and stuff like that. They have these visions of what some of these places they tend into right old, dives, didn't they? And I think of those blocks of flats that I was working on down in Grays and Thurrock. It's not the flats necessarily. I don't mean to be snobby, but it's the people. Not everyone, obviously, but some of the people that I was working around was just I was so uncomfortable. I was so uncomfortable. Aggression, constant aggression all the time. It's just like everything seemed to. It's almost like they're running for a fight all the time. This was in Thurrock. It's east of London, and it's not great. We need a major reset. That we do, and what we're getting is a new government. That's what we want. And that we just went from being the workers' party to exclaiming it was the party of business. We do need a major reset. We had the opportunity of that back in 2008, really, but then we got Tories instead. How'd that pan out for you? No, I didn't do that. I was acquainted with on landlord that owned over 100 properties and effed people over. Yeah, well, a lot of them do. That's not all of them, though, to be fair. One of the guys I used to work for, a guy called Bob Gotts in Norfolk, originally from Gimmingham, but he moved to Norwich. But Bob Gotts, he was a bit of a rough diamond. And although he had a lot of properties that he rented out, he did it all in he rented to the council social housing. And they were basic, but everything used to get done on them. And some of the people, I went into one property to do some work on the roof, but also change the doors. It was just, I went in there and there was literally shit everywhere. There's poo everywhere. It was disgusting. They basically left in a hurry, and it was just, yeah. Apparently they had the big dog as well. And it wasn't dog poo, that was human poo. And the big Alsatian was literally bust the door down to cardboard type doors. And just, the bloke used to keep the dog in the bathroom. He's just on the door. Chop James, hello there. Capitalism will always create an underclass who cannot afford the products and services and the free markets provide it. It needs a regulation or public sector to make sure everyone's basic needs are covered. You've got to have a baseline. You've got something to work. Oh, UBI. Was that an argument for UBI, Chop James? Universal basic income? I reckon so. Jasper says, I found a way to drive prices down, hire some hoodlums to annoy rich neighbourhoods, then the houses become cheaper. Like a death witch. You could do that. Yeah, I don't think I have the outcome that you're hoping for, but I can see where you're coming from, Jasper. And Curry Library says, hello, Curry Library. Hi, Allshorts. Since 1979, all the council house sell off all the money could never be spent by law on houses. No, or when there was something that was done. Kuwait Library. What happened was in the 90s, I think it was, because of that. That's exactly the same. What Kurilai was talking about is people buy the council houses. So you've got the social house, and you have the opportunity to buy your council house at up to 40% off. And but once you've done that, you have to live in it for 5 years. As a decreasing, basically, if you sold it in 1 year, you'd have to pay a lot of your discount off, and it's a reducing amount over the next, up to 5 years. But the thing about it is that money that the council was being paid for that house, they couldn't spend it on building new houses. They weren't allowed to. So they just sat in a pot. So what happened was, in Norfolk, I don't know anywhere else, but in Norfolk, for instance, we've got things called housing associations. One of them was Wherry Housing Association, the other one was Orbit, and there's another one called Waveney Housing Association. And they were not-for-profit companies, effectively organisations, associations. It's just run as a limited company, but the basically owned by the councils and stuff. The council and stuff. So it wasn't a backhand deal, but it might be. I don't know. But and that allowed them to build houses. So I know for Wherry, for instance, Wherry Housing Association, they did build a lot of properties, and also they took on a lot of properties, like for instance, where the new housing estates were going up. A part of the planning commission had to have a certain amount of social housing, and it would be done with the local housing association, whether it be sheltered housing or whatever it might be, or whether it be bungalows, houses, or whatever. Example would be something like the Dozendale estate in Thorpe St Andrew. There was designated areas for. They basically tried to put them with the other houses, the privately owned houses as well. So, obviously the communities. There's a lot of snobbery there, to be fair. So they did in the end, they did manage to, some places could spend it, some couldn't. It's just a ridiculous idea. I don't understand why. There's obviously a reason behind it. But if you sold a council house, you can't spend the money. You can spend it on. I don't know if they could spend it on anything else. I don't think they could, actually. But I think they just had to sit on it and that money just sat there as an asset. As interest or whatever. But they could even invested it. Well, they've done that before, haven't they? Then lost shitloads of money. NIMBYism has stagnated affordable housing. Yes, I would say it probably has. Watched a video yesterday, says Dongpay92, that compared the current economic situation the world is facing is similar to what happened to Japan in the 90s. It might be something worth looking at. Yeah, anything with Japan. Japan's got massive national debt, but their output is huge. So, yeah, inflation's 3.5% in Japan at the moment. It's kind of like, it's not down far enough yet. It's not, we get something to the 2% is what it's like, isn't it? But they're a massive exporter, and they don't import much. No. So so they've got a really good economy. Whereas we in the UK, well, in France, but in the UK, we just import too much stuff. Food security is pretty much zilch. That's one example, isn't it? It's nuts, absolutely nuts. We don't export much. It's all but services. And I was crikey, listen to Ben Habib on what's her name again? Claire something on it's on LBC Radio. I can't remember her name now. I know it's Claire something. Anyway, she had Ben Habib on there. Ben Habib. I don't know whatever his name is, but the guy from Reform. Oh my giddy aunt, talk about gone down that Brexit flipping. He's saying so much stuff. He basically repeated the same lines he had on Question Time the other night. It was, oh god, it was painful for a start. It was painful. And she let him talk. I think he was kind of hanging himself. He's so aggressive and angry. How dare you question my Brexit? I just want my Brexit. That's kind of what it's like, These people are just unbelievable. Oh, Marx's biggest fans just gifted 5 Allshorts memberships. I've got to work out what I'm going to do with the memberships, or what I can do for them. And I've got to come up with some ideas, you see. So it makes it worthwhile being a member. So the Kremlin says the Wagner fighters will return to base and sign contracts with the military. Oh, ain't they cowards? Well, more updates. So the Kremlin's unaware of Prigozhin's current whereabouts. Oh, they don't know where he is. No. So the Kremlin's currently unaware where Prigozhin's current whereabouts is. It's probably a good idea because they'd poison his underwear, wouldn't they? So the Kremlin spokesperson, well, this is obviously state news, so it'll be a little bit, Dmitry Peskov said Saturday he was unaware of the current whereabouts of Wagner's mercenary chief, Yevgeny Prigozhin, and asked during a press briefing about Prigozhin's whereabouts after he struck a deal to call off his march on Moscow and leave for Belarus. Peskov said, "No, I don't know. Don't know where he is." And Peskov also said he cannot answer questions on what position Prigozhin will take in Belarus and what he will be doing there. A new posted on some that Telegram messenger thing, and geolocated and confirmed by the CNN, showed that Prigozhin leaving the Russian military headquarters in the southern Russian city of Rostov-on-Don. So now apparently they're talking about a meeting, the G7 meeting. Nothing's probably happening. You know what I mean? They'll just drink tea. That's what they do. Yeah, maybe. But something else going on here. Look, okay. So US Secretary of State Blinken, get on the Blinken bugger he is, calls Ukrainian and Turkish foreign ministers to discuss the situation in Russia. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken on Saturday called the Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba, I don't know how to pronounce that, and Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan to discuss the situation in Russia, according to statements from State Department. This is all state news. Now, Blinken reiterated the US will stay in close coordination with allies and partners as the situation develops, and that US support for Ukraine will not change. Well, I'm wondering whether or not we're going to hear some kind of massive change of heart regarding Ukraine, because, well, he's lost his support, hasn't he? He's lost his mercenaries. All he's got now is his conscripts in Ukraine at the moment. So the Wagner boss, Yevgeny Prigozhin, on Friday accused the Russia's military of attacking the Wagner group and killing a huge amount of his men. He vowed to retaliate with force, insinuating that his forces would destroy any resistance, including roadblocks and aircraft. And on Saturday, Prigozhin announced that he was turning his forces around from a march towards Moscow, which he's apparently done and has been geolocated. So, it keeps happening in Russia at the moment. It's, yeah. Just wonder what's going to happen for Ukraine. That's next steps for Ukraine. So apparently Prigozhin is almost nullified now. Putin. Yeah, almost nullified Putin. Putin's lost a lot of power now, hasn't he, through this? And he's got to get this back. I don't know. It's lost a lot of support. There's all these little oligarchs have been running away as well. Well, this is from Ukraine. This is Prigozhin almost nullified Putin, Ukrainian presidential advisor says. So, Mikolai. Is it Mikolai? Mikolai Polot. Oh, crikey. Polodak? I don't know how to say that. An advisor to Ukraine's presidential administration said that the Wagner private military company boss Yevgeny Prigozhin escalation almost nullified, apparently. blimey. And so Prigozhin's phenomenal choice, you almost nullified Putin, took control of the central authorities, reached Moscow, and suddenly you retreat. Oh, Podolsky said in a tweet posted in English, because one very specific intermediary, with a dubious reputation, Lukashenko promised security. I don't know if I trust him, would you? Security guarantees from the person, Putin, who ordered to destroy you in the morning. That's a valid point. Yeah. That doesn't sound like... That doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? Yeah. Putin, who ordered to destroy you in the morning. And for the fear of that Putin elite has experienced in the past 24 hours, this order will certainly be executed. He added, although not without benefit, Prigozhin humiliated Putin, the state, and showed that they're no longer a monopoly on violence. Oh my god, my throat's gone really dry. Back into the chat. Oh dear. Oh, I do find it funny the oligarchs were leaving though. And the prisons all got opened up and all the prisoners come out and they want to join their Prigozhin. But now Prigozhin's done the runner. Well, they don't know where he is anyway at the moment, apparently. Something, state news. That that Putin was in the Kremlin. Putin apparently. I don't think so. It's just state news. But what was happening? The state news was just everything's fine, everything's okay. Oh, I got a tickle. Right, there we go. Number 3. A giggle platform. What's a giggle platform? Up we go. Memberships are the way to support people you enjoy. Tommy Gun, you realise you're watching on a capitalist device. On the internet, that's capitalist, and a capitalist country, and a capitalist world, right? What did he say? What has Tommy Gun said? Come on, Tommy Gun. YouTube is not free. It's not free. I'll tell you what. That's not free. 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 And that's the stuff that I use to make this possible. So it's not free. It costs me. So any support I get is very much appreciated. It really is. And you can't say I don't. I had comments in the videos, the ones I was doing with my dear wife, walking down the street, what have you. Doing comments. I had a couple of comments in there saying the audio, because my dear wife, she's quite spoken. It's a big deal for her to join in these videos. It's a real big deal. She's such a shy lass. She really is. And she's a really, really sweet person, my dear wife is. No malice in her at all. And anyway, someone in the comments about I need to get her a microphone. And it's not as simple as just getting her a microphone and just plug it in. No, it's not. You can have a system that will work with 2 microphones. So I managed to find one. I'm quite pleased with it, actually. A little radio mic. But it's not free. I wouldn't have bought it unless I was doing these videos. So it doesn't... No, I was like, I fancy myself a dual radio microphone. Just for me, so I can look at it and play with it. Lovely. But, everything costs. So any support you get is really appreciated. It allows me to carry on. Otherwise, I just have to say sod it. Because I can't just keep doing something for, I'm not Phil Morehouse. I'm not Max Headroom, Max Rosebear, and or any of them lot. They're earning reasonable money out of this. I don't get enough views, so it's There you go. I'll put my neck on the blog, which I do. Sorry, a little rant. So there's nothing to say. It's free. It's ridiculous. The platform's not free. It has to be paid for as well. Nothing's free. Data as well. Data is the new gold. So if you think anything you do that you think is free is not free, they're taken from you all the time, even though you think they're not. Just how it is. There's nothing I can do about it. You know, I do understand even YouTube, though, is greedy. Very, very greedy, in fact. But there you go, that's YouTube. I can't do it about that either, can I? You know? Well, mouse it work. Oh, it is now. Oof. Got me scared there. So, if somebody didn't earn something, there would be nothing on YouTube. Just little dancing clips. Or... You spin me wrong.
Of every single topic.
You spin me right round, baby, right round. No? Okay. I'll pull my wires out. Let's get that. Do. Oh. Oh, it's getting hot. No, sorry about that. Where are we? Scroll down. But that's all you'll get on, that and AI content. Because I'll tell you something, YouTube's a massive, sorry, buddy. YouTube is going to, it's massive at risk. It's just been flooded with AI generated content. And somehow they're going to have to they'll have to stop it. And especially if you're not showing your face. So, channels like Max, people know who Max Rootspur is and stuff like that. But if you're a new channel doing a faceless channel, you're going to find it difficult to make. People are going to crave that connection. They will. They'll crave that connection. It won't be just about the information. So, I don't know. Join the union! The union! The lefty boater! Very right. Oh, what did lefty boater say? Go on, become. Go, Caroline! Good to see you on the vids. Cheers. Yeah, it's doing a lot of good. It's really good for her confidence. She's a little sweetheart. I mean, my dear wife is. She's got a few health problems at the moment, though. Started about a couple of years ago, and it's kind of something we're kind of sort of dealing with at the moment. Started with her gallbladder, and then the esophagus. And now she's got problems with her. She keeps getting UTI infections. It's kind of very uncomfortable for her. I give free advice, says Kieran O'Connor. Ooh. Oh, dear. Putin's going to have an accident himself soon, I reckon. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. I hope so. But who takes over? That's the thing, isn't it? Is it the frying pan into the fire? You've still got those who have, aspirations of the KGB. It was like Putin said, you never leave the KGB. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Oh, that's better. So Russian state news and radio was hacked again this time. It's a fake AI Putin. God's sake. Well, Russia was getting hacked a lot. Was it last year? It feels like they're probably getting hacked like all the time at the moment. But Russia's doing the same. I think I did a video about that a while back. Actually, that's a podcast I did. Deborah Hart, the US wins in multiple ways, earns from selling weapons while pretending it could give them away. Makes Ukrainians die for the US in a war they want to keep going to weaken Russia. I don't think they want to keep the war going. I don't necessarily think that. But they profiteer while they can. Isn't necessarily. Well, it's the corporations themselves as well, isn't it? Snippets from sporting history. Hello, snippets from sporting history. Oh, just wanted to give you some encouragement. Carry on your great videos. Allshorts. Viva la socialism. Oh, let's hope we end up with a proper socialist government. Yeah. Free for us. Oh gosh, yeah. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. YouTube's not free because we got to sit through so much advertising. It's just, well, it's not free, but there wouldn't be nothing on it. There would be nothing on YouTube at all. There wouldn't. Or it would be a lot less. Because I wouldn't upload quite as much stuff, would I, if I wasn't getting anything? I put a lot of effort, a lot of time goes into it. Give Mrs. Allshorts a hug for doing the video. Yeah, I think she's actually quite enjoying that. Actually, I mean, it's quite nice in having a little chat and what have you. And with the microphone, she's a lot clearer. No, she's more aware of it now. So she's like more projecting herself more. So she'll get doing she'll get better and better, I reckon. She's got something to say, so she says plenty to me behind the scenes. I'll tell you, yeah. Oh, Simon says it's good to Caroline see Caroline in the videos. Yeah, I say so too. It could be Max brain room, says oh gosh, plenty of room in the head. I'm sure. Oh my god, yes. Deborah Hart says $P. Farms, arms, feed the banks. Yes, they do. Huge amounts of money. Cheers, number 3. 2 hours and 34 minutes or 50 minutes in Marcus time. Have I done 2 hours, 34 minutes? It's 1 hour, 30 minutes called this. I've done an hour and a half. Yeah, I'll probably go up to 2 hours and I'll probably call it it. Because you know what, I really need some sleep. And I've got a live tomorrow night as well, so I've really got to get some. Yeah, I keep go a bit later and later and later again. I'm getting terrible again. There's a moth. It's a door open. Got a moth in it. There we go. My neighbour has just put a bottle of wine through my gate. Has looked after her cats. Ooh, you gonna share it? Madbug says, "Oh, sure, she can do a long stream tonight as I'm staying up to get ready for my night shift tomorrow." I hope your job went well. Maybe drive them in a coot cat bubbles assignments. Oh, nice. Oh gosh. Oh, Career Library says, Yevgeny Prigozhin has been pictured by Reuters news agency apparently leaving the city of Rostov-on-Don. Yevgeny Prigozhin was driving away from the district military headquarters in the city. Yeah, I think I mentioned that on here a minute ago. On CNN, they're saying it's been geolocated. Yeah. Yeah, it's like we had to go and look for those little things in those little pots and stuff. What? Does Mrs. Allshorts beg you to wash your feet? What? Oh. A marathon. Oh, giddy aunt. No, not a marathon. When are you going to go live on the nudist beach, says Jasper Edwards? When the camper's on the road, probably. We should might be next couple of weeks. Bit of luck. So I think pretty much done. I've got a bit of an issue with the lights. The problem, the camper, one of the problems I got with my camper is because originally it had incandescent type bulbs, and the computery thingy on the dash could see these light bulbs. But now, because it's all LEDs, all I get is warnings come up all over the dash. I need to find out where I've got to put resistors in or something so it notices there's something there. And it's an MOT failure, or CT failure. Although they might let it go through actually on that. Now I've done all the other jobs. Drink loads of French coffee. I do drink loads of French coffee, but coffee's not necessarily really French, is that? Just in France. Snippets from Sporting History says it's great to meet you all this evening. Haha, great to meet you too, my friend. Great to have you join us as well, says P. Dallas. Good night, all who are leaving. Who's leaving? Don't go. You can. What's that about? Wash my feet. Oh. So Russia wandered in to stop Ukraine from whipping out the Donbass region after they voted for independence. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? It's like they're going against themselves, and it's a bit nuts. So the Russians hacked the Irish Health Service. They constantly hack the flipping health service. They've had the NHS a couple of times, and then they stole all that. That something's ransom all the while, isn't it? Ransomware and all that as well. Now, when I block on my website, so I block Russia and I block China completely. And for other countries, and I just well, why would they want to come to my website anyway? So I think to myself, just don't allow them in. Yeah. So basically fence them, so they can't. Yeah, it just doesn't come up to them. Hello, Boffat. Special evaporating operation. Evaporate. It appears to be. I hope it isn't a special evaporating operation. Yeah. I'm hoping that it is the end of the war in Ukraine, but I've got my doubts. I think they're gonna. I don't know. Are they going to regroup? And what we with Prigozhin, he's off. It's the end of him, isn't it? As far as Ukraine's concerned, I can't imagine he's been unless. Really? So there was Lukashenko bombing Prigozhin, and then Prigozhin negotiates with Lukashenko, and then he's refuge in Belarus. Just mind boggles. It really does. There we come. Don't become that. Oh, right. I'm too far up. So Vincent Brennan. Oh, so there we go. What was Vincent Brennan say? It jumped up. It did. Disgusting. The Tories want to turn Ukrainian refugee ship turned into a prison ship. Scottish judges, you can't stop them. What? They're talking about putting Ukrainian refugees in one of those flipping ship things. Those prison ships. You're kidding me. That's nuts. And they're going to put it in Scotland, are they? Prison ship, Scottish jeep. Really? Is that right? That's nuts. I don't have a drinking problem. I drink, get drunk, fall down. No problem at all, says Mark's biggest fan. Yeah, I got my water with a bit of lemon. There we go. Any live tractor shows? Actually, there is. There are food tractor shows around here. There's one called, oh my giddy, the Anne, something the Anne. Yeah, donkey basically. And there's a load of vintage cars and vintage tractors and donkey engines and stuff like that. You know, little hand crank single cylinder engines, which is pretty cool. Where's it? A place called Syriac, not far from here. Dresden, like Luben. Good night, number 3. Take care, my buddy. Be good. Keep pressing record. All deaf Minster rushing for citizenship to where? Oh, good point. I don't know where he's going to go. I'm apparently going to go to Belarus. That just doesn't make sense to me. Okay, on there. Well, being it's the anniversary of Brexit, well, nearly 7 years ago. Well, there are some crazies out there, you know, but they ain't got a clue, have they? They don't actually know what they voted for or anything. This geezer here. Who's this nutter?
Thinks that everybody knew the law was being broken. You voted Remain.
So,
at
you have
least.
accepted the
What do you
truth.
think of today's ruling?
I agree on George Bonson. We should stop Parliament, sort this Brexit out, and we should leave.
But the ruling has found that he's broken the law. What do you think of that?
People should just get on with it. Just leave it.
I think there is a sense in the shopping centre that a lot of people want to see that. Voted Remain. He said he...
Did you make head or tail of that? Because I didn't. You know, leave it. Yeah, it reminds me of that woman on that video clip in the Question Time. Which means went on about the wolf. About the wolf. Yeah. Oh my god. Yes, Deborah Hart. Very much so. It's just painful. Can you remember that other geezer? Oh my giddy aunt. Oh, I've done video clips from before. That skinhead geezer. Oh god, I think it was with the BNP or something. I don't know. And these God, the stuff he was saying. I've got the clip here somewhere. I can't see it though. Can't see it. Oh, I've removed that. Oh, I know why I removed it. I moved it because I actually got... That was one of the things I got pulled up on when I got banned. Ooh. Oh gosh, Dave Barsley. Hi, good evening. I'm not stupid, says Mark Speaker's fan. No. So Larry the cat. I do all my drinking before driving. Oh, very good. Vincent Friend. The Ukrainians who have been living aboard the MS Victoria in life docks are fleeing the war in their homeland, have gradually been moving off the vessel into other accommodation. Oh, I see. What happened up here? Oh, here we go. Alistair Carr says, hello, Alistair Carr. I hope you're well. So, Alistair Carr. No, Marcus, the Ukrainian ship are getting taken off Scottish government control to be filled by... Oh, now I get you. By refugees. Really? Okay. So... Tractor shows. Is this code for strip clubs? Are you referring to a certain politician who was happily watching tractors on his phone? But it's actually tractor porn. Yeah. Maybe. So, good night, Dave Barzo. Take care. Heading back to the hospital. Oh, cruggy. I hope everything's okay, my friend. Yeah, take care. Oh, beesh. No, someone attacked Prigozhin. Who attacked Prigozhin? Swigu. I don't know who that is. Prigozhin said earlier today, he said that when he was he entered Rostov. What's that? The dog's making funny noises. Without even firing a single shot, and then we start heading up for Rostov. The Russian Air Force literally to try and blow them up, basically. So that wasn't pleasant. And oh crikey, there's another numpty here. Okay.
So now we have voted out. How do you feel?
No different.
No different.
I still don't know what's going on.
What was the thing you wanted to change?
I don't know. I just everybody should just vote out, so I voted out.
Everyone's like, oh, we'll make Britain great again. Like, we don't have the resources to be that great again.
I'll be happy when we are prosperous again.
And you think we can?
And I think we can be.
What's the one thing you think that made people in Hollywood particularly say, let's get out?
Immigration, from what I understand.
Right. And what do you make of that as a reason?
It's a terrible attitude to have.
Grow our own food. You know, make our own furniture. You know.
Furniture? Bring it all back.
Bring it all back how we used to be, yes.
So now we have voted out. How do you feel?
No different.
No different.
I still don't know what's going on.
What was the thing you wanted to change?
I don't know. I just everybody should just vote out, so I voted out.
Everyone's like, oh, we'll make Britain great again. Like, we don't have the resources to be that great again.
I'll be happy when we are prosperous again.
And you think we...
Oh, these people. Oh my giddy aunt. They find them, don't they? Just like this geezer. No. Ben Habib. If you didn't see him on Question Time, he was... God, that's just the best way, isn't it?
First and foremost, I think the country has to leave the EU as one united kingdom. So the first thing that needs to be done...
So how would you do that, then?
So the first thing that needs to be done is that...
How would you do that? He doesn't actually answer the question. He's... no mention whatsoever of the Good Friday Agreement. It's like it didn't even matter.
The Windsor Framework, which is just another form of the Northern Ireland Protocol, needs to be ditched.
Outrageous.
And we need to bring 1.8 million British citizens back into the United Kingdom, first and foremost. And actually, that would sort out very much everything that's required to be sorted.
Absolute rubbish.
The border is a recognised border between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. It's recognised in the Good Friday Agreement.
Yeah.
The trade that goes across...
You lot messed up.
No, you lot messed up.
No, I'm
the
sorry.
trade
Anyway,
that goes
let's
across...
not get into that now, but yes.
Our lot
The
delivered
trade-
the Good
Hang on,
Friday.
Alistair. The best way, we've got 30 seconds left, so I better let Ben
Okay, let's
get
just be
something
clear on
word
the
in.
border. Leo Varadkar, Simon Coveney weaponised the border. They threatened violence. If we didn't put...
No, they did not. That's a lie. They just highlighted the consequence. If there's anyone I'd like to slap, it'd have to be him.
If we didn't put a border down the Irish Sea, and what we've got now is a border right down the middle of the United Kingdom, that is an abomination to me, and it should be...
It's an abomination, yeah, I agree, but so is Brexit, and that's a consequence of.
Which your Brexit created.
No, which your narrative created.
All right.
And we have to terminate that border as the first starting point.
He ain't got a flim clue, has he? He just... All he wants is... I just want my Brexit and United Kingdom. Tell that to the Scots.
First and foremost, I think...
Apologies for that. Oh, dear me. But as far as Russia's concerned, everything's okay because the man that we have to trust in, just believe in, he's got it. Apparently.
Today.
Prime Minister, what's happening in Russia is clearly very significant. Do you think this might be a coup against Vladimir Putin?
Well, we've been monitoring for a while now the potentially destabilising impacts of Russia's illegal war in Ukraine. We're keeping a close eye on the situation as it's evolving on the ground as we speak. We're in touch with our allies, and in fact, I'll be speaking to some of them later today. But the most important thing I'd say is for all parties to be responsible and to protect civilians, and that's about as much as I can say at this moment.
The Ministry of Defence, though, has said online this morning this is the most significant threat to the Russian state in recent times. Is that right? How do you see it?
As I said, we've been monitoring for a while the potential of Russia's illegal invasion in Ukraine to be destabilising, and that's obviously you've seen the situation as it's developing. We're keeping a close eye on that. We're in touch with our allies as the situation evolves. I'll be speaking to some of them later today, and the most important thing is for all parties to behave responsibly and to protect civilian lives.
When people look at this, I mean, is it good news or bad news that Vladimir Putin's being challenged?
Again, it's an evolving situation, and I think the right thing at this juncture is for us to make sure that we're on top of it, that we're in touch with our allies, which we are, and I'll be speaking to them later today, and that we call on all parties to exercise responsibility and to protect civilian lives. I think that's the most important thing for us in the UK to be doing at this juncture.
Have you heard from President Zelensky about what's going on yet?
As I said, I'm in touch with our allies. I'll be speaking to some of them later today, as you would expect us to be coordinated on a situation like this, but it is evolving as we speak.
And just last question, if there are British citizens remaining in Moscow or in Russia, for example, we know a lot of people obviously have left, but do you have advice for British citizens in Russia at the moment while this is going on?
We've had long-standing travel advice against travel to Russia. That's on the Foreign Office website. People should regularly check that, but it has been we've had long-standing advice advising against travel to Russia for all the obvious reasons, but people should keep checking the Foreign Office website for updates.
Okay.
Oh, hello, you're still there? Oh my Gideon. It's like, say as much as you possibly can, but don't say anything at all. Then again, it's not surprising me. They can't really say a lot, to be honest. Not if they have a G7 meeting and what have you. Yeah, and have tea. Probably. So, do you go racing at Le Mans? That must be Le Mans. Yeah, it's not that far from here. It's a bit north from here. Deborah Hart says, Windrush. I know. Well, yeah. What's been going on there is disgusting. There's been a lot bad the last few days, isn't there? Because obviously they're just celebrating it. But still sending people back. Well, to where though? Because really, a lot of these people are actually born here now. It's their children. Now, my mother, she came over on a boat in similar sort of time. But she's about quarter Indian, just supposed to make me an eighth Indian or something. Anyway, she was born in India. She came over on this boat. She never ever got a passport. She never left the United Kingdom again. So I think it's a bit sad. And then she passed away. She was 51 when she passed away. So she never got to leave the country. Actually, tell a lie. No, she did leave the country. She went to Scotland once to be in the jury. That was it. What's that? Mark's biggest fan. Was that before or after Stop the Coats? Stop the Coats. What coats now, is it? I thought the Stop the Boots. Have I missed something? Has there been has there been a giant coat or something? Or very short sleeves? May go and get that. Keep me going every day as it's day. Wait long by the river, and the bodies of the enemies will float by. Ooh. What's the AI fake? Yeah, that is a wishy Sue snack. Yeah. Oh God. Stop the goats. Oh God. When is Sunak starting to answer the question? He doesn't at all. I was listening to Ben Habib stuff. He phoned in for basically, literally, like, basically repeat everything he just said in question time. He repeated me, just spiel that out. Ugh, same old rhetoric. Let's just look at the replay. That could have been AI. Stop the boots. Put Roller Rat in a lap. Stop the boots! I'm Ernie, the milkman, but I don't deliver anything but misery, does Ernie? Well, to be all. The Prime Minister. The Prime Minister. I need to remember that, the Prime Minister. He's the same height as me, but he's obviously a very small frame. So much to him. Uniquely capable to observe things on the ground. I think he's 5'7", actually. But he's just, same height as me. And he's, but he's tiny, isn't he? Nothing to him. Get rid of that clown, please. The island of Ireland has been a single SPS zone for over 20 years, says Chatty Rat. There has been SPS border between Northern Ireland and Great Britain in all... Oh, Moses is moving back. In almost 20 odd years. Blimey. Boris Olympic Games opening hospital beds Grim Reaper. Yeah, bodies piled high and all that. Stop the toy floaters. God's sake. Oh, dairy me. So, the thing about these forces going into Ukraine and what have you, including Prigozhin, it's what they did to the people. There's been reports of, obviously, the children being kidnapped, basically, and sent to Russia. And then the women, it's been murdered, literally just murdered, just ordinary folk, just, while they've probably got a garden over Spain in their hand or something, I don't know, we're digging the garden over and they get shot, and There's a UN report at the moment. I get all tied up here. It's been about why, isn't it? You know, yeah, annoying. There's a report that says that Russian armed forces but they've been using children as human shields. So yeah, the Secretary General accuses Russia of killing 136 children in Ukraine in 2022, adding its armed forces to a global list of offenders. It's just, it's horrendous. Stop the floats campaign. It does make me wonder though if Putin though, for him to gain that his power, keep his power, he's going to have to. I think he's going to have to carry on and hit Ukraine hard if he's going to keep his power. So I think there's more to come. Maybe I think at first I was thinking to myself, well, that might be the end of it. But now Prigozhin has decided to bugger off. I can imagine Putin sort of gathering himself and re-invading. Oh, it's that time now, and it's getting towards 2 hours. Night, Brennan. Vincent Brennan. Night. Oh, got to let the dogs out. Who let the dogs out for their nocturnal doings? All my dogs are over there, or two of them anyway. Oh, there's a Wally asleep, and a Pandora's laying on the floor because it's cooler. It's very warm at the moment, as it is. I don't know how warm. I can't see my thermometer. But yeah, it's very, very warm, but very toasty. A little bit too warm, I would say. So, yeah, that over there. So, so he has his official now into the Russian mercenary group Wagner has told his troops to abandon their march on Moscow to avoid bloodshed. I don't think he's that worried about bloodshed. He might be worried about his troops being bloodshed by more helicopters and jets. Vladimir Putin told his forces to return to their bases after negotiations with Belarusian leader Alexander Lukashenko, according to the Russian TV channel. So this is the thing when they say this, you know, it's according to, where was it again? Yeah, Russian TV channel. State news. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? You know, maybe he's still there. Maybe Putin's gone. No, I don't think so. Maybe, I don't know. The crisis began when Prigozhin called for a rebellion against the Russian army, and he has denied attempting a coup. Oh dear. My cocker looks like a dreadlock holiday. He will not allow me to cut his ears. No, don't cut his ears. You've got to cut the fur around him, you know. Don't cut his ears. Oh, shit. Have I missed anything? Oh, questionable sanity. Cheers, buddy. Nice to see you join the memberships. I will be doing stuff with the memberships. If anyone's got any ideas, I will see what I can do. Make it a bit more appealing. So I'll work on that. I'll watch some videos about it. It might be a good idea. Anyway, so... Well, I think it's time... Oh, 1 minute. No, not quite a minute though. For 2 hours. Well, I'm going to call it in a minute. I am incredibly tired. I feel that I'm waffling. So, I think that's time to call it a day. Be careful with the scissors around your cocker. Oh, yes. Be careful of that. Yeah, don't chop it off. No. I'll end up with a camel toe. Don't do that. No. So, I'm going to say, no, everybody. Thanks to all the spanners on here and those, and the members and what have you as well. And everybody's contributed in the live chat and obviously the super chats and that as well, which is you know, it's very, 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 very much appreciated as it is. Let me buy things. I get Caroline microphones and stuff. Or maybe treats for the dogs. What treats for the dogs? They don't want to move. I don't want to wake them. They all look exhausted. Well, Pandora should have one. I'll have to go in this way though. Unplug myself. Where are they? Treats! Can I see a Pandora or not? There. Oh, you see that face? You didn't catch it. Oh dear, what's she like? A little Wally. He's, I don't know what to disturb him. Look at him. Oh. I'll give him one later. I don't want to wake him up. Look at that. Got all his bit. Oh no, he's. Oh no, look, he's like running. No, stop now. Dogs, I don't know. What are they like? So anyway, thank you very much for joining us tonight. It is very much appreciated, it really is. And oh god, I've got to upload my videos for tonight as well for tomorrow. Well, I've uploaded them, I've just got to put all the gubbins in with them. Right. That's it. I'll see, and then chuck that down there. Oh my giddy aunt. There might be too much stuff in there. Oh, it is too much stuff. Oh my giddy aunt. I'll get rid of that. Oh, that's it. It's in there now. There you go. So I'm going to say thank you to everybody. It's not going on. What ain't going on? Why isn't it going on? Oh, still too many. Oh, what an idiot. After 2 hits. Right, that one there. That'll do it now. There you go. All good. Oh, I'm getting out. Blimey. It's going to be a hot summer in Russia. Yeah, probably. Also cold. Wally Vision. Got Wally. I've got an idea, by the way. I'm going to set up some live streaming bird boxes with webcams inside. But I'm going to make some special bird boxes. They're all going to be wallpapered inside. That's what I'm going to do. Or something like that. I don't know. I come up with an idea. Maybe I've got a kitchen outside. I don't know. Yeah. So I can just live stream it. That'll be on my other channel, on the Earth Trifle channel. But yeah. So I'm going to try and rig something up. Hopefully I can get a bird in it as well. Because obviously I can't adapt the existing one because I don't want to disturb them. So thanks a lot for watching, and oh yeah, Bill Shumper, happy trails, yes, and good night everybody. I think members should call ourselves Wallies. Oh, and thanks to all the Wallies. I'm gonna change the avatar though, that emoji, make it a bit more punchy. Yeah, you got 32 by 32 pixels. It's hardly anything, tiny. So yeah, so thanks for joining us, and I hope YouTube is slave. It is a little bit, yeah. I'll be absolutely honest about that. Feels like it sometimes, but there you go. I do enjoy it though. I do enjoy doing YouTube. It's very tiring. With this heating, I'm getting really tired at the moment. I feel like a very old man. I do. Got to put tiny furniture inside them. Tiny furniture inside them. Okay, I'll try. Maybe. Oh, inside. Yeah, I've made tiny furniture before. I think I told you the other day, didn't I? Yeah, for Wilcon Homes. Undersized furniture, so the rooms look bigger. Yeah, silly, isn't it? Not by a lot, but just tiny, man. You know what I mean? Just enough to give that illusion. Yeah, I might go on Discord for a bit as well, actually. If you want to join us on Discord, Mad Monk has left a link on there. I might go into there, actually, for a little bit. while I'm uploading or doing my filling in for my videos for tomorrow. Well, I think it's time for me to go then, so we'll say Titanic. But first, have I done this one for a while? I haven't. I've got to get tomorrow night. We're live tomorrow night, and I'll try and be more prepared, because I wasn't really prepared tonight, and I was kind of probably because I only had like half an hour to get ready because I came back. So I'll try and do a bit better tomorrow. Not that one, not that one, not that one. I might just do that one again. No, not that one. That one? Maybe that one. I can't make some more videos, I already have. I can't even find what I'm looking for now. Oh my god, I lost. Oh, that one. Maybe. That's her. Huh? Where are you? Oh no, I've only got 20 rolls left. I better go shopping.
Okay.
Well, I understand there's an issue with supplies.
That's right.
If there
Well,
was enough
it's just like, you know, you
for
can use a scarf. A scarf is, everybody, a lot of people have scarves. And you can use a scarf. Scarf would be very good.
Hey, what's the date? Fuck! Ah, fuck! Yay, road trip!
Notte giorno di torno girando, delle belle turbando al riposo. Delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto Adolgino d'amor.
Veuillez raccrocher le pistolet.
Veuillez
raccrocher le pistolet.
Cool face masks. Oh, even better. Compact. Mission accomplished, so Monsieur Petroli makes his way back to her indoors. Shit! Hi, honey, I'm home.
Petroli! Petroli! Have you done your chores yet?
Oh, that's not fair. Do I have to?
Yes, get on with it.
I love you, Mr. Radish. As the day draws to an end, Monsieur Petroli expresses his freedom, literally. While the sun goes down over the horizon, Monsieur Petroli enjoys a glass of white wine. Or so he thought.
I'm so sorry.